Hello everyone, I am Nintendo Patriot, and wow, it has been so long since I recorded anything, and even longer than I started anything new. Well, you saw the title, so you probably know what this is, yet you don't know what this is. Paper Mario Assault Rush. That is what I'm doing. It is a challenge that I made up myself. And believe it or not, this is the maiden voyage. I've not tested it at all. What, you expect me to take the time to test something, my lazy ass? No. Well, I did get the idea the last time I was playing Paper Mario. And I just realized how cool it was to do big amounts of damage. And how cool it would be to do a run where I was completely offensive-minded and had no defensive mind whatsoever. It would be really challenging, but the best thing about this type of challenge is that I've now done the Pokemon Nuzlocke challenge a couple of times, and a variant of it, but those challenges kind of have the overtone of, I don't know if I'm going to be able to beat this because there are game over options, and that's the brilliant thing about this. I will have as many tries as possible on each one of these boss battles. The other thing is that I love this game a lot, and you guys know that. But how much I love this game, it's pretty much only given me one thing to complain about it, and that's that I've played it so many times that it's become quite easy to me, and there's not really a sense of challenge, which feels a little bit nice because of how much I got stuck my first time playing it. It's nice to just play through the adventure, and the nostalgia is part of what keeps it from getting boring. It's still a great game. If you've never played it, you do play it, but that's definitely a reason I can keep playing over and over again. But another reason is that you can take a little bit different approaches, and this is going to be a different approach. And what I just said about the game being easy, that is definitely not going to be the case this time around. I won't have to worry about that problem. So, you probably think this is just the same thing as a low-level run, if you don't know. Well, first of all, the reason I'm doing it for this game is because a lot less people have done challenges for this game than they have with 1,000 Year Door. Now, if this goes well, and I think it's a really good working challenge, then I probably will do it for 1,000 Year Door, but there's a few loopholes that can be done in 1,000 Year Door, a few things that kind of change, and I'll go over those when I get to them. So, I'm just watching this, because I love the music, which is actually a remix of the Super Mario World theme, but, boy is it good. Alright, so, it's been 3 minutes, and you're wondering, what the hell is an Assault Rush challenge? Well, it's a challenge I made up myself. And I'm going to put all the rules in the description, so you can just read those. But now I'm going to explain them, and explain the reason for each one. Okay? Rule number 1. I must always upgrade my badge points when I level up. The one exception to this rule is the very first time I level up. The very first time I level up in the game, I don't know when it will be. It will probably be after sometime in the prologue or chapter 1, whatever it is. I'll upgrade my flower points that time. Every other time I upgrade, I will choose badge points. Why would I do flower points my first time? Well, first of all, there's not really going to be much to use my badge points for at the time, so it won't take away from anything. But the main reason is that after Chapter 1, I must reduce my HP and my FP to 5 using Chet Rippo. Now, the one thing I'm uncertain about, I actually don't know if Chet Rippo will deny you if you don't. But I'm guessing he would, because it seems like it would be too easy. I know it does cost money, but 39 coins is not really that much money compared to how much some of the other things cost in the game. And so, I'm guessing they wouldn't just let you do it if you don't have the necessary drops, otherwise it would be too easy to do everything. Like, you could get 50 HP before Chapter 2. That would make it a bit too easy. Or BP or FP, whatever. Okay. So those are those rules. So that does mean this is the one downside to this. Wow, look at this. Look at this. First run, the LP. That was 4 freaking years ago. Well, called the last one LP, so I have to call this one. I kind of made up the name myself, just a fun sounding name. Assault. It's a cool word, even though if it is associated with some bad things. Assault. Yeah. Okay. The third rule. This is a big one as well. I must collect and use the following badges. All or nothing. P up, P down. No, P up, D down, I'm sorry. Power Rush. Mega Rush. And both Power Plus badges. And yes, that means I have to fight Anti-Guy. And I also must use the badge Ice Power when it would help. When it actually increases my attack power. But if it doesn't do anything, which is most of the game, it only actually does anything on fire enemies. But when it does, I must use it. There are no badge restrictions. I'm not going to restrict myself in using any of the badges that could be really helpful for a situation like this, such as Close Call and things of that nature. Last Stand as well. But I must use all the other ones as soon as I get them, so I don't know how much badge points that will leave me with. I know it leaves me with some, because the Power Plus badges take 12. There's a max of 30, so the Power Plus badges take 12. All or Nothing is 4. P up, D down. I think it's 2. I think that one's 2. It might be 4. Power Rush is 2, and Mega Rush is... I want to say Mega Rush is only 1, but it actually might be... Well, it increases your attack by 4, but I think that it only actually takes 1 or 2 BP. It's probably 2. And Ice Power I know is 2, but I won't have to use that one all the time. The only 2 restrictions I will use for the badges is I cannot use D up, P down, and I cannot use HP Drain. And I have to go in here for nostalgia, because there's one line that's so funny. I have to do it every time, and you know I do. Well, you might not know, but there's one line in here I need to see, because I think it's so funny. These are cosmetics. Mario looks fine without them. I love that line. Oh, and there's a lot of those in the game. I might as well check some other things while we're here. Her dresses are beautiful, but they all look the same. This must be your favorite style of dress. No! Really? Oh, the painting's already flickering. Not like there's anything suspicious about that. And that does bring up another point. I will not hold any spoilers in this, because I'm going to need to be talking about my strategy for this boss, my strategy for that boss. And unlike Thousand Year Door, there's not really any big twists, except for maybe Chapter 3. That's kind of a twist. If there are any twists, I won't hold to spoiling them at all, because, like, I won't go out of my way to spoil anything, but, like, I didn't spoil what that painting just did there, because there was no need to go out of my way to, other than just to make that joke, which is not being a good joke. Also, I'm going to be spinning a lot, because why not? One thing you can't do in Thousand Year Door. So now, we have rule number 4. So there's actually 5 rules. Did I say there were 4? There's actually 5. Rule number 4. I need to try to avoid battles as much as I can. This is an important one. The last thing we want to do. We can't get game overs. We can't have this run end by just failing, because we can always try again. But this run can end if we win too much, because then we'll have to upgrade HP, and that pretty much takes away the run. Now, I looked up what a low-level run looks like. There aren't that many of them. I looked up what it looks like, and I saw someone battling Bowser at the very end of the game with 5 HP and 10 FP. So, it shouldn't be that much of an issue. I shouldn't have to avoid every battle, but I don't want to fight everything. I can never grind. I do need 2 levels by Chapter 1. I hope I'll be able to get that. Even then, I might hold off on that. I haven't decided yet. I'm just really paranoid about that. It should be fine though. And the last rule is one that does not that only factors into the challenge of the run, not the actual assault rush part. And that rule is I will limit myself to using one life shroom per chapter and one metal cap per chapter. I can use one of each, but I can only use one of each per chapter. I can't save them, so it's not like, oh, if I don't use one this chapter, I get to use two the next chapter. Nope. I might change the rules for the last chapter if it is too hard. I haven't decided that yet. But if I get that far, I probably won't. I might lighten up the rules. I don't know, but I'll try not to. As far as repel gels go, since I can't actually buy those, I'm not going to limit myself to those at all. But I am going to want to save them regardless. I don't know if this is because the last time I played this was on an emulator. Yes, I did play it on an emulator because I wanted it on the go. And I don't know, but the top thing seems a lot brighter now. Maybe it's because I haven't played it in a while, maybe it's because I'm used to 1,000 Year Door for whatever reason. But yeah, I actually went 3.5 years without playing this game. That's too long. Hearing this music, well, I didn't go that long without hearing the music. The music is too good, not here. So yeah, I did do an LP of this game once. Oh, and on the last subject, I won't restrict myself to repel gels. I won't restrict myself to any other items in the game. Oh, get used to hearing this noise, by the way. See, hearing this noise? The da-da-da, da-da, da-da-da. You'll hear it a lot. But the good news is, it only plays while I'm selecting my attack. So you won't need to hear it while I'm attacking and while the enemy's attacking. Biggest overkill of all time. But, who cares? Sinks into the ground. Oh, there he is. And he's also lying the other way. I never got that. That's... whatever. Do something, Peach. I just realized this game loves people spinning while they're falling. It kind of happens a lot. Maybe it's just the way the spin jump works, or the tornado jump, which is way later in the game. So that's the boring part of the game. Well, that's not boring, it's nostalgic. And really, this whole first chapter is going to be kind of easing into the challenge, because it won't be that different, because it's just chapter 1. We're not going to feel that short on HP for the prologue. We're going to feel a little short on HP for the first battle, because I'm used to having 15 by then, but it should be fine. Yeah. Yes, I did do an LP of this game once before. It looked bad, it sounded bad, it was terrible in every way. But, like my experience with this game, is very nostalgia based. It was the first LP I ever completed. I got a lot better since. So I'm thinking I'll keep this video going until I actually can play. Until I'm actually in control of Mario's body. Once that happens, then I should be fine. It's Goombella. No, I just called her Goombella. It's Goombaria. No. So now I guess I could talk about the differences if I was going to do this challenge for 1,000 Year Door. The main difference is that it's not as concrete, because you can buy as many Power Rush badges as you want to, because of the, like technically you could spend all your coins in the casino and buy all those Power Rush badges. By the way, something I never knew about that casino in 1,000 Year Door until recently was that they actually censored it for the American the American version of the game. In the Japanese version, Layla, the boo that works there, actually has bunny ears instead of cat ears. So, you might be wondering why they made a change like that. Well, apparently it's because bunny ears are associated with strippers somehow. I don't know. Maybe it's a Japanese thing. Maybe it's not. Maybe I just need to get outside more. But either way, they changed her to having cat ears. There were supposed to be two Boo sisters, one with cat, one with bunny. Now it's just two, and they both have cat ears. You know what? I never realized something before. These toads stay in the toad houses all the time. What the heck was this guy doing out? Especially when I was in here. It would have been the perfect time for someone to take him, too. And this is also really the first time that good Goombas come into play. And Goombas, what do I need to do with them? Alright, I can move now, so I should stop the video. We'll do that. And in the next video, we'll get to see the origin of this stupid catchphrase I still use a lot. I don't have my hammer, I have my jump, I don't have nothing. I still have more HP than I'll end the game with, though. Bye!